Um, there are very clear factors that increase the risk of you coming across a sanctioned entity or individual. Um, and there is an element, I did just say it's not risk-based, and it's not risk-based from an enforcement perspective or from the steps that you are expected to undertake. But there is an element of a risk-based approach that you can think about when you think about how likely is it that myself or the firm that I work within are going to be exposed to sanctions, and we're likely to breach them. Um, so there's certain scenarios that we can kind of highlight that maybe make it more likely that potentially the individual who is in front of us is asking for a service from us may be sanctioned. So we have got things like clients or transactions that have got some link to a jurisdiction that is subject to sanctions, or even if your client's based locally, that doesn't mean that exposure goes away. Any client or transaction that involves a politically exposed persons, specifically again where there's that jurisdictional link. Anybody who has got that exposure to complex corporate structures, again, where those jurisdictions are a higher risk for terrorist financing, again, that can increase your risk. And we've got clients who seem to be unable to receive funds from you or to send funds to you from a bank account in their own name, particularly a concern where there's no legitimate explanation. You just can't quite make sense of the reality of why they wouldn't be able to do that. And that can be a real clear sign that sanctions should be at the forefront of your mind, and we should be even more careful. It is difficult, though, to categorize the clients that may need to be checked simply by nationality or country of residence. And we shouldn't be lulled into a false sense of security from a position of my firm only works for UK nationals and UK residents. They can be on the sanctions list as well. So you may still be at risk, even if you think that you only work with local clients who you just can't imagine that there would be any connection to sanctions. So I would always err on the side of caution when we're thinking about this and when we're trying to think from a risk-based perspective, what is our exposure to sanctions in reality?